This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. Hi, I'm Mark Allen, and along with the insane Daryl Wayne.
Hello. President accounted for.
Yes, sir. We are going to have 2 hours together, jam-packed full of health-related topics. And it seems that this particular week, we're just skewing spiritual health and how spiritual health helps our physical bodies. We'll be talking about that in a second. We have a chorus member online with me, and I'm going to ask him to join the chorus in a second. His name is Swami. He's the Orange Cowboy or the Hip Guru. Swami, welcome to Late Night Health. And I'm going to ask you to join me, okay, because there's a very special happening as this show is airing.
Do, re, mi. Yeah, I'm joining the chorus?
Yeah, that's it. I want you to, we're going to sing happy birthday to Daryl because his birthday is airing as we air his birthday. So on a 3, we'll do it fast because I don't sing well.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daryl. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Thank you.
You thought I forgot.
You didn't have a chance to forget yet because it hasn't happened.
Exactly. Well, and many more healthy ones.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to talk about healing yourself with compassion and joy. Let's talk about your journey. You started early, Swami, in the area of, I guess, spiritual healing and growth.
Well, you know, Mark, it's funny because back when this is probably around second grade or later, because I know we moved houses and that's when it started to happen. Sometime after that, so sometime from second grade on. But back then in the '60s, we didn't have words like spirituality and mysticism. Not in our circles of people we knew. I knew. But I used to get dreams at night that were a little bit disturbing or a lot disturbing, that different adults kept telling me they were going to be my parents, or they are my parents, I'm your parents, I'm your parents. And over the years, the dreams changed, but equally strange. I came home after serving in Vietnam in the dream. I didn't serve in real life. And when I came home, my parents had moved and didn't let me know where they moved to.
That actually happened to my father-in-law.
Yikes.
Yeah, he really did. They didn't tell him. He went home, and they said the neighbors said, "What are you doing here? You don't live here anymore."
Wow.
Yeah, anyway. Talk about post-traumatic stress.
I started, then I had dreams of car accidents, and then in real life I said to my parents one day, "I don't want you to die," and like in a year they were in a car crash and died, and my brother and I stayed with different sets of adults. So everything came true like 20 years later, 18 years later, 15 years, whatever. So it was not a gift for me, Mark. It didn't feel like a fun thing since I couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
But the upside, because there's always an upside to every downside, I said, you know what, I've got to explore this stuff. What's happened? How did I know that? Who told me that? And so that really launched me into my career. I started reading Be Here Now by Ram Dass and Carlos Castaneda books, and started meditating and just really dove into it whole hog, as they say.
Did you do the regular, I'll put this in quotes if you will, the regular, the college thing and then changed? Or did you forgo college? I know you've studied a lot.
Yeah, I got out of high school a half year early, so I got into college a half year early. Actually made the dean's list, which was the first time in my life. So my parents, I gave them a gift. And then the accident happened. I did go back to college, which is where I found the meditation lectures. It was a TM meditation. And in the third, I had one more year to go of college. And I was in radio, TV, and film. I had my own radio show like you. Well, not a talk show, but music show in college. And then I transferred to the meditation college to finish up my schooling because it integrated spirituality into all the sciences and arts. And I thought that was quite interesting.
Absolutely. Let's talk about health today. We have many factors in our health: environment, genetics. There's epigenetics, of course. There's our nutrition, what we eat, exercise, lack of exercise. I went for a half-hour run this morning. Yay, Mark!
Yay, Mark!
Right. I actually had a overwhelming desire this morning to work out with weights. I don't know where that desire came from, but it was there. My point is that we have so many different things. What about the spiritual side of us and how it affects us physically? Can we be healthier if we're spiritually, I'll say, clear?
I would give that a resounding 100% yes, Mark. If we do things in a bad state of mind, a grumbling state of mind, it only gets so much done. Even if we do things in a great state of mind, if we're only focusing on our physicality and we're not connecting with our hearts, we're not connecting with our souls, we're not feeling connected to nature, we're not feeling connected to our loved ones, something's not connected, and that's where this ease comes from. We are uneasy because we're not connecting with something.
But you said 100%, but people still get sick and die, and they die horribly.
Yeah,
right.
It's true. And spiritual people also. A great saint. There was a great saint in India, Ramakrishna, who had throat cancer. And the doctor said to him, if you stop speaking to the people every day, all day long, your cancer will heal. And he said, I was born to talk to these people and help them. I'm not going to stop talking. What is death to me? There is no death, which is a whole other topic.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that sometime. Our guest is the Orange Cowboy, the Hip Guru, or Swami. Your choice. And
all three of us.
All three of them. He has a multiple personality disorder, I guess. And
no, we don't.
No.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. No, we don't. That was very funny. But so bad things happen to good people. There's actually a book by that name. I think it's 20 years old, 25 years old.
Yeah,
I think Kushner wrote it. My point is that if we're spiritual, if we're I guess in tune with the universe, how does that happen? I mean, yes, we all have to die. We all have to shed our physical bodies. And whether you believe in Jesus or follow Islam, or you're Jewish, you're not religious, if you're a good person, you're spiritual, shouldn't you be able to live to 142 and die in your sleep painlessly?
I do believe we're headed there. We're certainly, as a culture, living way, we've more than doubled our lifespan since the days of John Adams, the caveman, and things like that. You really raised, Mark, a huge question about, I'm not sure if this is the exact question you're answering, but it's sort of, or in the background at the least. What is spirituality, and what is the value of it in terms of health and death and suffering?
Right.
That's a huge question. I better sit down with myself here on this one.
You've written books, many bestsellers. 21 Days of Joy, Embracing Our True Nature is one. You've got a book, Stress-Free College Student, which is considered to be one of the books that you should send with your 18-year-old freshman college student, or in your case, 16 and a half years old when you went to college. My point is that you've been studying this for a long, long time, but at the same time, you've seen people die like the gentleman you just mentioned with throat cancer. That's a horrible thing, especially if you use your voice to work, or in his case to work with people, to help them.
Yeah. We Here's one thought that comes to me right off the bat. This is a question that's posed to people who have children with disabilities. Oh, you must be it must be such a tough life for you. Oh, we feel so sad for you. This is what people are projecting on these adults. And the adults turn around and say, are you kidding? This child is an angel. It's a godsend to my life. So
I've heard that many times from people with the parents of disabled kids.
Right. And so we probably can apply that to suffering and early death, sadness and grief. My case is a perfect example. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but it was only because of my parents' death that I was suddenly free to step outside of the bounds of mainstream suburban America and explore these things that took another 20, 30 years. Now, meditation is everywhere, but back then, the only thing we knew was the Beatles went and studied in India, looked at their navels. That's what we laughed at.
Exactly, I remember that. We're going to take some time out, Swami,
Sure.
and we'll be back. We are talking with Swami, the Orange Cowboy. He dresses in orange. We'll find out more about orange. I actually scribbled orange on his page today, and we'll find out about joy in orange as Late Night Health continues. Daryl Wayne, they're pushing all the buttons, and I'm here talking as I do each and every week here on Late Night Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll be back.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. It's true there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in our world. Each of those stars has a unique light just like your beautiful soul. Of all the challenges you've faced, you can only be made better for them. Just as all the great masterworks of art have weathered the wrath of time, only to become more revered in their inherent beauty, you too are counted among these masterpieces. It's true, the further that you climb, the further you have to fall. But aren't those incredibly beautiful views worth the risk? Never underestimate what you're capable of. Keep climbing and never look back.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.